Hello, everyone, and thank you and welcome to the LW podcast. Previously, we were discussing the effects or the impacts of overeating. How does it affect you? Since we all have somewhat of a eating disorder, let me just share with you what happens with overeating, which is the obvious when you do it consecutively, consistently. You gain weight, you become obese. But what also happens is you run the risk of heart disease, increased risk of gallbladder disease, increased risk of cancer. That's right, cancer also. You increase your risks of type 2 diabetes, arthritis, even arthritis. It just goes on and on. Irritable bowel movement, gallstones, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. All of these things you run the risk of. And you should notice when actually you're in danger of something like this occurring, because your body communicates with you, communicates with us, and sometimes we do something about it, sometimes we don't. Such as when you notice that you're gaining weight, your body is giving you a sign at that time. You can either address it or you can continue doing what you are doing, which is causing you to gain weight. So I always recommend that you do what your body is telling you to do. Listen to your body, because it does talk to you. Not in the same mannerism that I'm speaking to you, but it lets you know in ways such as you're not feeling well. After you finish eating, are you tired? Do you feel bloated? Are you sleepy? Do you fall asleep after eating? If these things are happening to you, then it's giving you signs. Your body's talking to you. So you need to do something about it. First of all, after you eat, well, let's back up a little bit more. Now that you realize that you are overeating, you need to do something about the overeating habits that you have. Remember, in my previous session, I had mentioned to you your metabolism changes as we age. As you were much younger, your metabolism was much faster. And that's when your stomach size was developed. And it maintained that size. So what happened, your metabolism dropped from up here to down here as your age has continued, and your eating habit maintained up here or even went up higher. So you have stretched your stomach so that your stomach wants to be filled to the amount that you've always placed in your stomach. You've always eaten to that limit. Your stomach has a memory. It's a muscle also. It has a memory. Your brain is telling your stomach, since they communicate together, yeah, they talk too. Your brain is telling your stomach that it wants more food. Consequently, we normally eat more food to satisfy your stomach and your brain. Sometimes you do it conscientiously, and sometimes you do it and not realizing it. So now that your metabolism has slowed down to a crawl, we need to eat a lot less food. In fact, those full plates of food that you were used to or accustomed to eating, you could probably get away with eating half that amount. That's right, half that amount. Because you're not going to be able to process that amount of food any longer. Remember, your metabolism is your digestive system. So if your digestive system is digesting the food much slower, then it's telling you to eat less food. The consequences of not listening to your body or listening to the signals are what I had mentioned. Obesity is number one. We are the number one obese country in the world. So we all understand that, and we need to do something about it to make sure that we're not contributing to being obese. So let's try and cut our portions so that we are meeting the metabolism rate that you are now at. Well, your brain's not going to let you just do that. It's going to fight you. It's going to insist that you continue to eat the same amount, even though you're now trying to eat smaller portions. Well, remember, your stomach is stretched. So your brain is telling your stomach, give me more food. Or your stomach is telling your brain, I haven't had enough food. Remember, they're communicating back and forth. So it's difficult to make this happen. What are you going to do? Well, you have to cut out a lot of those bad habits that you have or that you had, because they make you crave for more, believe it or not. So now we have to drink more water, lots of it. I'm going to have some now. You see, water is a natural mineral, and your body requires it so that it can function properly. So if you're drinking all of these sweet drinks, whatever it is, and if you figure that it's replacing the water requirement that you need, it doesn't work like that. There's a very small percentage of water that is worth anything in all of those beverages that you are drinking. I don't care what it is, because it has so much sweetener that it just ruins the effect of natural water. So you have to drink natural water in order for you to get the natural benefits that your body is looking for. All right? So, while you're eating, no more sweet drinks. Water. Water throughout the day. When you feel yourself getting a little hungry, and you know you shouldn't be, and your body is actually calling for those snacks that you can't seem to fight off the urge for, drink some water. How about sucking on a piece of hard candy, maybe a mint? It'll stop you from eating that food or those chips, whether they're potato chips, tortilla chips, whatever kind of chip. Or how about a piece of pastry? It'll stop you from wanting to make your matters worse. Drink water, drink plenty of it. And like I said, A piece of hard candy from time to time won't hurt. You have to use the tools that will help you. Yes, go on a diet. If you think that you need a nutritionalist, then hire a nutritionalist. Most of us can't afford a nutritionalist to tell us that we need to eat less. Is that where you're at? You need a nutritionalist to tell you that you need to eat in portions or to include vegetables in your meals. You need a nutritionalist to tell you that. You need a nutritionalist to tell you to stay away from fast foods, and especially the French fries. Of course, those burgers aren't any better, especially when they're trying to give you a baconator. That's a heart attack waiting to happen. And these foods are very addictive, believe it or not. So you have to be weary of eating the fast foods. Every now and then they're okay to substitute or just to have. You see, when I grew up, they didn't have all these fast food restaurants and all these donut places around. Now they say American runs on it. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be fooled. Eat whole, healthy food. That's what's going to help you. It'll help balance. It'll help re-shrink your stomach. As long as you're doing it the right way and you'll train yourself to eat smaller portions. This will certainly result in weight loss. It'll result in your blood pressure going down if you lose weight. Now you have to add some exercise in. Exercise is always good for you, and it's really, really necessary. A lot of people don't think that exercise is necessary, but it is. So we need to start some type of exercise regimen to help your diet work better. It won't hurt that it's also going to strengthen you so that you can do things easier that you haven't been able to do in a very long time. Because you're going to strengthen your body as you lose weight. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I think so. So you have to work on it in order to achieve your goal. Achieve your goal, exercise, diet. Cut out all or as much as you possibly can of those snacks. The snacks are very, very dangerous, more than you think that they are. They are the driver for a lot of the weight gain that you have. They are the driver for type 2 diabetes also. I know a lot of us like to say we inherited certain things, but we only inherited those things because we're following in the same footsteps that our parents did. We're eating the same way that they ate. All out of control with a disorder. I know you hate to hear that that's happening to you, but how do you think that you got that way? It's not just the wrong foods, it's too much food. You can imagine you can cut your grocery bill by eating less food. You won't require, and you don't require as much as you eat. Take a look around at your friends, your relatives, even people that you don't know, people that you work with. How out of shape are they? They're in the same boat that you are in, that I'm in. If you overeat, this is what's going to happen. And we all do it. So what are we going to do about it? That's what it boils down to. What are we going to do about it? If you do nothing, your health is going to deteriorate worse. And then you're going to start experiencing discomfort at nighttime. You know, that's when a lot of discomfort comes, at nighttime, when you're getting ready to go to sleep. And all of a sudden, you're so uncomfortable and so much in pain that you can't go to sleep. These things happen. Take a look at the size of people these days. What do you think that's from? You know, they put products into animal food that makes the animal grow faster and bigger. You have to remember we consume those foods in addition. So now we're bigger than ever. People are larger than they've been ever before. I never saw so many 6'8" people in my life, and taller. So let's be more conscientious. That's what this boils down to. And let's start doing the right things to help our health. There's so many different things that we will probably review during these sessions because these are the things that we do to ourselves. And we need to do something about it so that we can contribute to good health. Thank you all very much. Until next time, we will further review what we have done to ourselves and what we can do to help our health. Thank you all very much and have a great day.